it's me again. How are y'all? Yeah, I know y'all looking at the title, interested, invested, and I'm gonna just get straight to it. So today I'm gonna be doing a like get ready with me type video slash story time on how the time my boyfriend slept with my best friend. It was crazy, you all. Like, I can't believe it to this day, but now I'm just like, y'all are both so lame. Like, y'all are both so lame. Like, there's no amount of lame. Like, y'all, I'm still trying to get this lighting together. I don't like this because I don't like the shadow. Yeah, that's all this video is gonna be about. It's actually pretty crazy, not gonna lie. Let's just go ahead and get into it. Yo, I'm sorry about the light, I promise. I'm still trying to figure out if I want it on or off. I don't know what I want to do. Is this okay right here? Like, are y'all good? We're good right here? Okay, I'm gonna just leave it like this. I promise I'm not gonna touch it again. So this was senior year. The dude I was talking to, I had started talking to him in the 8th grade. And then the girl, best friend, we met in high school, so 9th grade year. So 8th and 9th grade year to senior year. Y'all, this is a long time, like, this is a long time. And so, and that too, okay. When me and the dude met in 8th grade, we went to 2 separate high schools. But my junior year, those 2 separate high schools combined. So we were together on campus for our last 3 years of high school. But our 9th grade year, this is relevant, y'all. I promise it's relevant. I have to let y'all know. So the 9th grade year, we didn't go to the same school. Me and the boy didn't go to the same school, but me and the girl did. That's when we met. Okay. He was in the picture, but he wasn't in the picture for real. Whatever. So this was 9th grade year, and I met him in 8th grade, yada yada yada. And we get to 9th grade, I met the girl. We played sports together. Like, we were like literally always together. If it wasn't in school, it was in sports. You know, if it wasn't in sports, it was in school. Like, you know what I'm saying? We was all in the same classes because we had like somewhat the same classes. We didn't take every single class together, but we was together. We was like literally always around each other, blah blah blah. The reason why I brought up us being like separated, like the 9th grade year or whatever, like me and him, was because I would always talk about the dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, not only to her, but it's like all my friends would be like, oh my gosh, I can't, like, I'm just so ready to meet him. You always talking about him, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like it wasn't known that I had a boyfriend or whatever. So now let's jump to 10th grade year, when they combined the 2 separate high schools and made them one. So we was all on the same campus now. We all on the same campus, and they finally meet. I don't know if they met the first day of school. I'm pretty sure they met like the first week-ish. Like, you, my best friend, he's the guy I'm talking to, like, y'all were bound to meet at some point. You know, it was all cool at first. You know, like, we was all cool. Like, we would sit together like in the mornings, because like we would sit in the gym. I ain't gonna say she didn't have no friends, but like, she wouldn't sit with anybody. She would just sit with us. And then when her sister got to high school, like a couple of years later, she would sit with her sister, be her sister, her, and then me and him. Like, every morning, y'all, just like every single day. So it's not like it wasn't known, because it was definitely known. It was just the fact that like you was just being weird. So this went on every day until junior year. You know, when COVID hit, I was a junior. We would sit next to each other every day, all day, every day, for 2 years straight. You know about them. You know, we went to track meets together because we all played sports. We would just all be together. So it's just like, you know. But what caught my attention was, I'm guessing it was junior year, like I would see them snapping each other. Now, I'm not one of them girlfriends that says, they be like, you can't snap this, you can't do that, da 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 da. Like, if you don't want me doing something, I don't want you doing it too. He would get mad at me when like a dude would like slide up on my page. Sometimes I wouldn't even respond. Literally just like leave him on open, just say thanks. I mean, that's just a nice thing to do. You know what I'm saying? But he was one of them dudes, like, didn't want me doing anything. Well, then when I seen that, I'm like, I know it's just my friend, but it's a principle. Like, if you don't want me snapping dudes, you don't snap girls. You know, it's simple as that. Like, you know, no, like, but keep in mind, like, no biggie, like, cause like I know this is my friend, but deep down I'm just like, like, I don't really trust it for real, you know, cause it seemed like a little off. So I asked one of my other friends who I would always be around. I asked her, I was like, what do you think about so-and-so, 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 blah, 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 blah. She was like, honestly, I don't think she's the type to do that. Like, I don't think she would be the person that would, like, do that, you know? And I'm thinking, like, to myself, like, yeah, I don't either. But then again, I don't put nothing past nobody. I don't put nothing past nobody. But I just took her advice because I was always the kind of person that just take my own advice, even if I ask you, because it's just like I'm gonna do it anyway. Like, I'm just gonna, like, what's the point in even asking you? Because I'm just gonna do what I want anyway, bro. And that's the thing. This particular time, I did not. I actually listened to her, but in my gut, I was like, something up. Like, why you want to snap him, whatever. And then when he unfriended her, she would ask him, like, why did you block me? Stuff like that. I'm like, what the hell? Like, what do you mean, why did he block you? So, but then again, I'm still, my friend said, let it go. COVID hit. We was out of school for a while. We finally got back to go to school senior year. Like, well, in my school, I'm not sure how it was like in other schools, obviously, but in my school, we had the choice to go to school if you wanted to or not. Like, you could, like, you had the choice. You could either go to school or do virtual. Like, it was really up to you. And so I decided just to do virtual, stay at home, you know, whatever. I think she went to school, but yeah. So she went to school. I know he went to school. And keep in mind, we was talking senior year, so you know, like, it was cool. You know, we were still hanging. So let's just say we in November, because November was senior night, and I think that's when we had just stopped talking, y'all. It had just got to the point to where, like, I don't even want to talk no more. Like, when you be with somebody like that for so long, you talk to them on and off, you know, like it's like that on and off relationship, so you don't really trip about it. But this time just felt odd a little bit, but I wasn't tripping, so I kind of just let it slide. And we went like 3 weeks without talking. Like, for us, that was like that was so good, y'all. Well, not so good, I'm saying, like, that was so long, because we would normally not go that long without talking. You know, I wasn't tripping on it. You don't really trip, you just kind of go with the flow. And then come to find out, I kept thinking in my head, like, yo, why is senior night keep popping up? Why is senior night keep popping up? Why is senior night keep popping up? Whatever. Senior night is when we were not talking, okay? We were not talking senior night. And apparently, like, that senior night was when his claim was that he texted her and was like, you're the closest person to Rain. You're the only person that knows her, like, straight through. And he was just like, what could I do to be like a better boyfriend to her? That's what his claim were. I never got it from her side, because I really just didn't want to talk to her, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? In a way, I believe, but then again, it's still BS. I still call it BS 100%. You know, who am I? What he told me was that when he asked her that, she was like, keep in mind, me and her, like, when senior year came around, I should have took this as a red flag right off. We wasn't talking that much. I mean, we wasn't at school. We didn't really text as much. We texted, you know, every here and there, whatever. Every now and then we texted. He's like, yeah, when I asked her that, she was like, if Rain's like this now, she's always gonna be like that. I don't think she's ever gonna change. And I'm like, word? Like, what do you mean by that? Like, what do you, huh? Come, run it back. Whatever. He went to her to ask, like, how he could be better than me, blah 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 blah. Which in a way it sounded good. Like, when I heard that first, I was like, she was like, yeah, she's never gonna change. She's like that now, she's always gonna be like that, blah blah blah. And me, I'm just like, oh, like, huh? Like, what? How you, as my supposed to be best friend, well, at this time close friend, or whatever you want to call it, you just dishing me like this? But apparently after that, she was like, but if you want to try something new, you can. I don't know how true it is. Then again, I did not hear it from her point of view. But at this point, to him, it's like no reason to even keep lying to me at this point. You know what I'm saying? So pause, we're going to pause right there and keep going. So when I said we stopped talking during senior night, we started talking again, like, during Christmas. So we talking or whatever, and I feel something's off. But keep in mind, they did that from the time we started stopped talking in November to the time that me and him started talking. So that was like a 3-week period, okay? We started talking again. I felt something was off, but I honestly, like, I can always feel when something's off, but then again, I be trying to tell myself, like, don't do too much. Like, just because you feel something off don't mean something is off. I just be kind of like trying to just play it out, cool, whatever. And he talking to me, keep in mind, he talking to me like nothing's going on. Like, he just make it seem like everything is just cool, and I'm just, okay. Well, now I'm just like, bro, like, you dry just talking to me like everything was okay. Like, that's low-key lame. And then, so, and this is the crazy part about it too, even after the fact, both of them were still talking to me. Both of them were still being cool with me, like nothing, like nothing didn't just happen. You know what I'm saying? And that's what kind of makes me mad about it, because it's just like, don't get me wrong, if I still would have been mad if I would have found out, but the fact that y'all were just playing in my face like I was crazy, that's what got me. Y'all both text me knowing that y'all both, you know what I'm saying? I would have been mad either way. Was definitely mad. Was still going to be mad. But it's just the fact that, like, you just playing in my face like nothing happened, you know? Type stuff. We're gonna go to when I found out. Like, but I'm at a basketball game. And y'all know, when you are an athlete and you play basketball, if you cheer, if you're a dancer, if you in band, you gotta stay after school for them games. And especially if you're on varsity, you're not cheering, dancing, or playing to 7 o'clock. So from 2:50 to 7 o'clock, what you do is what you do. So I went outside in like the little hall by our gym. I remember he calls. And we're just talking, whatever, and I think he asked him asking like, hey, like, if I've been talking to anybody, whatever, and I was just like, no, like, I haven't been doing anything. You know how it is when you get back with your ex and you'll be trying to figure out what each one of y'all been doing. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It was kind of just like that, whatever. So then I asked him, I said, what about you? He got quiet. Red flag number 2. But you know me, trying not to always assume. And I'm like, okay. And then he was like, well, he's like, I did do it with somebody else. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, well, who? Like, I don't think you want to know. But if you tell me you don't think I want to know, I'm going to want to know. And then, so I finally say, well, do I know the person? He goes, yeah. Well, but of course I'm not finna think my freaking friend. He finally tells me. And guess what I do? I hang up. Because I'm literally in that hallway, charging my phone, sitting on the floor, trying to activate my Holy Spirit, because I still didn't believe it at first. Like, I didn't believe it, because what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you actually mean by that? So he kept calling, y'all. He kept calling, like, kept hanging up, like, kept hanging up. He was like, wait, I'm sorry, like, I thought we were done. A whole lot. So I'm just like, you know what? Now, y'all, my whole mood for the game is ruined. Luckily, y'all, my friends, I love them. They literally, I don't know how they sensed it. But like, literally, when I'm literally over here, like, going crazy, they came out to get me. I was like, come sit in here. Like, why are you out here? And I'm just like, huh? Like, looking back at it now, it was perfect time, because I was probably going to lose my mind. Because I didn't want to talk to him in the gym. You know what I'm saying? Like, in front of people. So, like, I kept picking up. He kept calling. The next thing you know, my friends come in. It's like, come in here. Like, why y'all here by yourself? Whatever. I'm like, I'm charging my phone. But I'm like, you know what? At this point, I don't even really care about my phone. So I'm just like, okay, let's go. But think about it now. Like, that was just so crazy. But, and I'm just like, I'm still stuck. Because it's just like, no way, like, that actually happened. And then, so come to find out, I don't know why I even convinced myself to ask this question, but I'm just like, well, why? Like, how? Like what was really going on? But y'all, like, be so for real. And then that's when he said, well, so yeah, remember I said to pause back then? Now we're gonna continue. So how they was saying, how he was saying how, like, you could try something new, blah, 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 blah. Apparently, she said that, then he was just like, okay, like, if you don't think Rain gonna change, and I don't think me and her gonna talk no more, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, you're just as dumb. Like, I'm kind of not surprised. I'm like, well, where? Like, happened? He was like, in my house. Your mama knew? And your mama knew, bruh? But then he said no. I said, okay. Because if your mama knew, and your mama, but she didn't know. At least that's what he said. He was like, I would just bring her in when my mom would be asleep. I said, what do you mean bring her in when your mom would be asleep? And then that's how I said it happened more than once, because if you would have said when my mom was asleep, that means like it was just one time. But when you say when she would be asleep, that's not like a consistent thing to me. We sleep. I said it happened more than once. And he was like, yeah. So y'all knew that it was wrong, but y'all continued to do the do when you knew it's wrong. For sure. That's all I needed to know, dog. So I wasn't gonna say nothing to the girl. So my friend was like, no, you need to text her, like text her now. But I'm like, y'all, like, even if she was to text back, we finna cheer in a couple minutes. Like, I'm not gonna be able to respond like I want. So when I got home, I wasn't gonna text her, I was just gonna FaceTime her. So I FaceTimed her, and the phone rang. I FaceTimed twice, and each time the phone ran through. Like, it rang through, whatever. But keep in mind, me and the girl was talking before this. So it's just like, why now? All of a sudden now, You don't want to answer the phone. Feel me? I was just like, you know what? Cool. So at this point, I'm like, all right, y'all, I'm just going to. So I text her and I said, you and so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so? Read between the lines. And she was like, yeah. Dead yeah, y'all. That's it. Nothing else. So that low-key made me mad, because just like, just the yeah. Thank you. Okay. All right. So I'm just like, cool. Like you don't care. Like, so I said, you don't think anything was wrong with that? She was like, well, y'all weren't together. And I kid y'all not, they had somebody like in the back of my head that I try to keep away. You feel me? Like I try to keep her away for certain reasons, because because she's literally insane. I'm low-key getting triggered, because it's just like you're acting like you don't care. Like we wasn't just cool. Like when you had dudes or dude really ain't really have nobody, it's gonna make me even more mad, because it's just like, I would have never done this to you. I would have never done this to you. You know? So I'm just still sitting here, and I have my friends on FaceTime, because my friends know, like at the time I was not a confrontational person. Like if you did something to me, you could probably get away with it, because I wouldn't even care for real. Like that's literally just how like non-confrontational I was. But I had to stop being like that, because people took it for granted. So I'm not even gonna lie. Y'all know that TikTok? You know that TikTok that was like, when you go low, I go lower? Y'all, I went in. If I had the messages, I would pull them up. But I remember like in my healing process, like anytime I would see those messages, like I would get re-triggered, so I have to delete them all. But if I definitely had them, I would show y'all. I went in, like I brought up everything. Like I brought up some stuff I probably shouldn't have, but I don't really care, because you didn't care. You feel me? You didn't care about what you did, blah 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 blah, so I'm not gonna care what I did, blah blah blah. It's like, that's just so disrespectful. Like you didn't have to bring any of that stuff up. Like this and that. I said, and I was just like, I don't really care. Like you didn't care when you did what you did. You did it not only once but multiple times. And then the only reason they stopped y'all, the only reason that they stopped was because the one time when they were together, I called him, okay, and she was like, this is him telling me. He said the last time they ever did it, but each time she would always tell him this, and she would always tell him like, please don't tell Rain, she can't find out. The only reason that they stopped was because when they was together, me and him was kind of starting talking back together, but I obviously had no clue. I called him one time and she was like, who's calling your phone? And then I guess she saw that it was me, and then so she got up and was like, you said you guys weren't talking anymore, this is that, blah 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 blah, and like, I can't do this anymore, and then left. So you knew it was wrong. That's what it's giving. It's giving like you knew it was wrong. And he was like, she can't know about it, don't tell her, blah 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 blah. You telling somebody to tell me not to know about it, you don't think that you should be doing it? Is that like huh? It's got me kind of thinking like, bro, like you really did not care. Like you never cared. Like that is just so lame to me. And so I confronted her about it, whatever, and I clowned her. I so clowned her, and he got it too. But as a best friend, you're gonna get it 10 times worse, because why would you do that? Because anytime we had problems, I would go to you about it, because that's what a best friend does. And so I would always go to her about it, you know. And so it was just crazy, y'all. It was so crazy. Like it was crazier than crazy. And kind of just like no, you didn't. Like, how you mad at me because I'm clowning you? I clown. Yeah, my makeup looks so good. It looks so good. And I clowned it, and she blocked me. I called her a cunt too, because that's what you are. Sorry for the language, y'all, but why'd you do that? And then you playing in my face. We still texting and stuff. But basically my thing is, her response always be, y'all wasn't together, this and that. You sound like Cassie. Cassie did the same thing to Maddie, but y'all weren't even together. Y'all weren't even this, y'all weren't even that. That don't give you the right to do that. You know this is this girl's man. This is your girl's man. That's why when I watch Euphoria, I relate to Maddie so much, because I feel like I am her. You know, like, and then you got somebody like Cassie come over, you think she just do no wrong. She thinks she just miss perfect, and it's just like, you know, like, it's actually really frustrating. Like, it's honest, it's frustrating. And that was something that was like really hard for me, because it's just like, no way, like I would have literally never done this to you. Like I would have never. Like when you would cry to me about dudes, you think, and you'd be like, don't tell him that this one dude she was talking to, like I was his friend, like me and him had been friends, and like I knew they were talking whatever, But she was like, please don't tell him that I was crying, whatever. But as a friend, it's just like, if you cool with both of them, and you know this girl really like him, and you know this dude playing with her feelings, you don't know, like, I really wanted to go to him and be like, look, if you're not serious about her, because that was my friend, like, if you're not serious about her, just tell her, like, just keep it a buck with her. Like, she'll be crying because she think you really want her. But it's just like, I didn't do that because out of respect, I just didn't. But it's funny though, because they do that. She like now, he like me. But I ain't never gonna get that dirty. I ain't gonna do that. I'm on my business. It's cold. It's cold. It's cold. Woo! So at that point, it was just kind of like I just had to like leave it at that. That was that. And like him, the reason I really didn't tell anybody, because, and like, okay, like I was saying, like, the reason I didn't really tell anybody is just because, like, I didn't want to be like that person. Y'all know how messy Monday be. They get on live clowning this person, next thing you know, they right back with them. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't gonna do that. So I try not to let nobody know. Like, nobody knew except my close friends, because me looking crazy like that, I couldn't have myself out there looking stupid. And I'm still kind of shocked about it, because it's just like it's just the fact that, like, you did that. Like, you're really weird like that. And it's just crazy because, like, I just had a feeling the whole time. And because our other friend was like, no, I don't think she'd ever do that, I believed it. But let me just tell y'all something. Always trust your gut. Whether you think you're crazy, because even now that happens to me. Like, I sit up here and I be like, oh no, it's never like that, so and so, so and so. And it definitely be like that. Trust your gut. Your gut not lying to you. If you think something up, something up. Now, don't just be going around thinking that something up now. Like, you gotta know. Be smart with it, you know? Talk to neither one of them. And don't get me wrong, like, hate is a strong word, but I had some real strong feelings of dislike towards the both of them, because it's just, I just don't feel like that's something you do. If you feel like that's something you do, then that's just something that you do. But don't come around me with that, because that's not something that you do. If they've crossed you once, they will do it again. Don't be a Cassie. And it's also very funny too. They always come back. Boys will they know when they do you wrong, and they will always come back. I remember being at a party. I don't know if he was at the party. I'm not too exactly sure. But when I got home, y'all, I knocked out, because after every party, I be ready to go to sleep. I wake up, y'all, my Instagram is blown up. His number is blocked from my phone. And I'm looking like, I'm not gonna lie, I saw it when I woke up. You know how you wake up in the middle of the night, you just check your phone. I saw it, but I'm like, I'm geeking, like, this ain't for real. But when I woke up, I actually saw it. I'm like, huh? And I didn't text back, but he kept texting. And I'm like, what do you want? And he was just like, I just want you to know, like, I just want to talk about everything. Like, I'm just so sorry. I just want you to know I'm just so sorry about everything. Like, you were right. Like, I just feel so bad for the way I treated you. Da 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 da. You saw me turn up at that party. You saw me happy without you, huh? You saw me happy without you. You thought I'd never be happy without you because I was so pressed over you. No, now that I'm over here living life, you thought I was still finna be sad, boy. I was outside. Now you're geeky. And I'm not the kind of person that like wish bad things on people, but I'm not even finna cap to y'all. It's a couple times I heard some bad things about him, and I just wanted to chuckle. You hear bad things happen to people that do you wrong. I know you so bad you'll be like, that's what you get, but you can't do that, y'all. You just gotta let it happen. You just gotta let it happen. You just gotta let it happen, okay? Karma will get you. That's it, y'all. It was actually so crazy. Like, I remember going through it. But I'm good now. Like, I feel like I'm happier. I feel like I low-key needed that because I was getting too comfortable. And that just kind of hit me. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like a whole bus just came and knocked me out. Just took me out. But it's okay because I jumped right back off that bus and I walked away like nothing happened. I was a little crippled at first, but I'm walking straight now. And now it's just like, I don't put up with anything. Deuces. Then they be like, you be playing. No, you be playing. You're not finna. No. Leave me alone. But hey, if you feel like you gotta sleep with your man ex, or if you feel like you gotta sleep with your girl best friend, with your girlfriend best friend to be happy, by all means, you can die. You feel me? You break people's heart when you do that. You break people's heart, and you're not gonna be able to put it back together. Somebody else is gonna have to put it together. Okay? Don't do that. As always, I really hope y'all enjoyed this. Like, comment, and subscribe. But I really thank y'all for watching. If you got this far, thank you so much. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you on the next video. Okay, bye friends. Toodles.